Godzilla Minus One may be the best movie of the year. Before I get into this video, if you guys have not already, make sure you guys like and make sure you guys share this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. This month, let's go and try and hit 700. I really appreciate you guys. Godzilla Minus One has been out for a bit now.
Godzilla Minus One.
And something I noticed is that it's had a lot of positive feedback. Like, this is the most positive feedback that I've seen for a movie with very little complaints, to the point where I think this is the first movie I've seen this year that really has had almost no complaints, which is crazy that a foreign film, a film not even made in the US, is getting higher praise than over 80% of the movies that have come out here in Hollywood.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
And there's a couple of points I want to talk about in regards to that, why this movie is doing so well, and also why Hollywood can take this as an opportunity to learn a couple things. Because I don't want to rag on movie industries the entire time. I want to present some constructive criticism rather than being a cynic. So number one, the budget. We spend $200 million on some of these movies and it looks as bad as they look. That's because we do not give our VFX artists enough time to make quality projects. Everything's always changing last minute. Especially the biggest example I can use is Marvel, where they literally do reshoots weeks, even a month before the movie comes out, and the visual effects artists have to hurry up real quick and redo some scenes. Like the Marvels is the biggest example I can think of for this year. They had that and this is going to be a spoiler, so if you haven't seen the Marvels, make sure you guys watch it, I guess. I mean, I can't really recommend it because it wasn't really a good movie either. The point being, that Beast post-credit scene that they had in that movie was clearly a reshoot shot literally weeks or a month before this movie came out. I mean, the CG on that was so bad. But again, that's where it shows that no time was given to them to actually truly put their 100 into this. And that's with like every studio right now. They're stretching their teams thin. They're not getting paid enough. Also, the budgets are being blown on things for no reason. Like where's all the money going? Like $200 million and your movies look like that?
Trash.
That's disgraceful. On top of that, Godzilla Minus One, $15 million, and it already outdoes half of the VFX released this year. Like that's just crazy to me. I cannot believe that. And it's like films here are getting worse while films in other countries are getting better. I think it's mostly because one thing I think Hollywood is focusing on, quantity over quality. Because they're releasing so much product that they're not really focusing on the quality of the products that they're releasing. For example, Marvel. We have so much Marvel material that the fact that the overall quality of the stories and the effects, everything, just the overall quality has gone down. Here's my solution to how they can fix it. Take some notes from Godzilla Minus One of the best films of 2023. Cut back on the amount of products that you guys are releasing. That's number one, so you can focus on your quality. Number two, stop giving every movie $200 million or more to produce, because you're not going to turn a profit that way. Especially nowadays, theaters are getting far more expensive. People are being more selective of what they're going to be watching. You're not going to be turning profits like that anymore. And if you cut down your budgets, that means you can also focus on films properly. Focus on things like a good story, not always splashing as much cash at the screen and being like, oh, look at the spectacle, and actually focus on what matters, and that is the story. Number three, allow creators to create. I mean, we have so much studio interference with creators as well. It's just that everything's so supervised to the point where people are not allowed to be creative. When you're not allowed to be creative, then everything starts feeling like the same thing, or starts feeling like a rehash, or things don't even feel fresh, new, or things just always feel so daggone repetitive, man. But Godzilla Minus One, and this is stuff that every Godzilla movie does, good or bad, is that the creators are always allowed to create. And they always try something new and they always try something different. Whether it works out or not, that's always up to interpretation, of course. But at the same time, they still allow them to do that. And with what we saw with -1, where the director was like, look, I want to bring Godzilla back to being a destructive monster and make this movie an emotional piece about these human characters. In concept, human characters don't work, but again, the quality was there and the story was there that it just works. So I feel like everything that -1 did well, Hollywood can take some notes from. And maybe the next best movie of the year won't be outside the US.